Hello. Fellow students, honorable academics, esteemed doctors, and distinguished guests, welcome to the 2019 White Coat Ceremony. Please join me in welcoming the students of the MBBS and MD programs. Students, please be seated. Good evening, everyone. My name is Ioanna Karpathiou, and I'm the current president of the Medical School Student Society. It is my pleasure to welcome you here today on this milestone of achievement for our students. We have with us students from the 4-year MBBS program who have just completed their second year, as well as students from the 6-year MD program who have just completed their 4th year. With half of our medical school years completed, the White Coat Ceremony marks a rite of passage, symbolizing the transition into clinical training. The White Coat itself serving as a reminder of our professional duties to both our patients and to our communities. I would now like to introduce our first speaker, Dr. Peter Karagiannis.
Your Eminence, Metropolitan of Burundi and Rwanda, Innocentios, the medical school faculty, students and staff extend a warm welcome to you in honoring us with your presence this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, colleagues and dear students, we have today among us a man who has devoted most of his life so far to the Greek Orthodox Church, practicing at the same time medicine in remote areas of Africa. Reverend Archimandrite Anastasios Poyiadjis is an honorary professor of tropical medicine at the University of Nicosia Medical School. He obtained his MD and PhD degrees from the Medical School of the National and Kapodistrian University of Athens in 1983 and 1989, respectively. He specialized in internal medicine with an interest in assisted circulation, heart failure, extracorporeal blood oxygenation, and heart transplantation. In 1992, he was ordained into the priesthood of the Orthodox Church, while in 1994 he received his degree in theology from the School of Theology at the University of Athens. A year earlier, however, he made the decision to devote himself to practicing internal medicine as a missionary doctor in various African countries such as Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, and more so in Madagascar, where he has been from 2010 until recently, when he was transferred to Burundi. As a result of his time in Africa, he has acquired over the years an enviable wealth of clinical expertise and knowledge in tropical medicine, and he has become a specialist in adapting medical practice and coping with sparse resources, working in many instances in primitive conditions, particularly in impoverished rural areas of the aforementioned countries. Father Anastasios, the student body of the medical school has engaged in a number of fundraising events during the year in order to support the clinic which you are in the process of establishing in Burundi. If you would like to step forward, the presidents of the Medical School Student Society and Scalpels Basketball Club will present you with a cheque of €1,315.85, which represents the proceeds from the numerous fundraising events.
Thank you, Dr. Karagiannis. I would now like to introduce our second speaker, Dr. Adonis Ioannides, the MBBS course director.
Thank you, Joanna. Your Eminence, honorable guests, and dear colleagues, dear students, welcome to this White Coat Ceremony 2019. I would like to extend particularly warm welcome to all the family members that have come from Cyprus, from the region, and some from further afield to this White Coat Ceremony. And particular great pleasure to have you here with us today. I'd like to thank the Medical School Student Society for this invitation, and really would like to commend them for the excellent work they've been doing all these years in organizing this very, very nice, prestigious event. It's very much a student's event, this White Coat Ceremony. And it's one that has been firmly established in the medical school calendar. and rightly so, as one of the highlights of the academic year. And I have to be perfectly honest, in the first time we ran this ceremony, this is this feel of more of a North American tradition rather than a European one, and trying to understand how it all came to be. And apparently it's not clear what the origins are, but some say it started like in the University of Chicago Medical School, so not very far from where some of you will be starting your clinical training in a few weeks' time. And apparently the story goes that one of the professors there was very upset with junior medical students who used to be coming to training in shorts and baseball caps, and at the time that they were there to meet patients who were pouring their hearts out to them with their stories. And so that's how the story goes. And spoke to the Dean for Students, and they came together with this idea of a ceremony that will, in a way, formally robe and give the students white coats, and in a way that they have always appeared professional in the presence of patients. Of course, over the years, the event has evolved and has become one that symbolizes this very important transition from the predominantly preclinical and scientific part of medical studies to the purely clinical component. And it's a very important transition, and in this, the white coat becomes a symbol, and there are many symbols to do with medicine. But apart from that, it's an occasion for students to take stock and look back at what they have achieved. And it's particularly important, I think, for medical students and doctors, and there are so many milestones in one's career. And only last week I was talking to some of your colleagues who have graduated, and I was telling them that this is a time to save at the moment and be very proud of all the achievements. And there's always going to be, it's all about capturing the excitement of the moment, and certainly graduation is one. And I was telling them that to stop for a moment and take stock, be proud of what they have achieved, but look forward and be excited for what comes in the future. And the same thing applies to you, because you have achieved a lot, and a particular pleasure to have both MD and MBBS students here. The MD students are themselves graduates as of last week, and you have achieved a lot. First degrees, you have negotiated the rigors of a very demanding program, and you have done this successfully, and you are now, I think rightly so, looking forward to some very exciting times ahead in clinical training and a number of clinical training sites around the world. So what do we expect from you as your school and your teachers? I think what we can say with confidence is that you have received excellent training, and I'm really very glad to see some of your teachers and clinical trainers here this evening. You have received excellent training and a very, very good grounding in clinical medicine in your year 4 and year T. That will, you'll be in a very good standing when it comes to starting the purely clinical years of your training. So we very much expect you, and I very much expect you to give an excellent account of yourselves, and to make yourselves, your families, your friends, your family members, your friends proud, and of course make your school proud. And the commitment on behalf of the school is going to be continuous and active support of you, because you clearly, nothing changes. You're going to be students of the school, of course, wherever you are in North America, in Israel, in Cyprus, in the UK. So just to finish off here, so well done, congratulations. What I'd say to you is enjoy the day, enjoy the moment. All the best for the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. There we go. Thank you, Dr. Ioannides. I would now like to invite Dr. Soulla Nicolaou, the MD Program Director.
Thank you, Ioanna. Dear guests, colleagues, students, I would also like to welcome you to the White Coat ceremony. It's such a great pleasure to celebrate this important transition point in the medical training of our Year 4 and T-year students. Dear MBBS and MD students, I know that many of you have been looking forward to the time when you can really put into practice all the knowledge and skills that you have gained over the past few years in lecture theaters, anatomy and clinical skills labs, and PBL rooms. By no means has it been easy, but you have made it to this milestone. Congratulations. It took a lot of hard work and dedication, and I know that at times medical school was overwhelming. Those were the times when the support of your families, friends, and loved ones was most important. Your success is indeed their success. It's great to look around and see so many of my colleagues who have mentored you and supported you in various means throughout your medical studies and are here to share your achievements with you. I would like to extend a big thank you to them for their commitment to providing high-quality education and support services in a number of ways. You will all very soon join your clinical sites all over the world. You have 2 more years ahead of you, 2 years that will go by faster than you expect. As you know, our latest MBBS cohort graduated just last Thursday. I had not seen many of them for 2 years, but their own white coat ceremony seemed like yesterday to me. So do take some time to celebrate your accomplishments, keep focused on your goals, and graduation will be here just before you know it. I am confident that the training you have received so far will serve as an important foundation so that you can continue to excel in your studies and in your future career path, whatever that may be. We're very much looking forward to your graduation and wish you all the best as you enter the next stage of your training.
Thank you, Dr. Nicolaou. I would now like to invite Dr. Joseph, the Year Lead.
Dear guests, family and friends of our students, colleagues, there always comes a time in these talks where the level drops and we have a lighter talk, we crack some jokes, and when you thought it couldn't get any lower, then comes Dr. Bagdades. I'd like to welcome you all, welcome all the family and friends, and those of you who have been supporting the families, the students, all this time, going through all the difficult times with them. I suppose receiving phone calls for support, visits, paying the money when it was required. But this is what we've all had our parents and loved ones there for, and this is your time as well as theirs. I'm very happy that our white coat ceremony today is following the results, because you know, other years we had our white coat ceremony before the results were out for the second year. So however hard I tried to make the jokes, not many people were laughing. At least this year they think, all right, may as well laugh, I'm okay. But so what is this ceremony? For the parents and friends and relatives who don't know, we are very proud today. We're very proud because it's one of the first times we see all the T-year students be present somewhere. Usually we have to chase them to find them, because they're always in the library or studying in their rooms. It is a tradition also to make certain jokes at this time. I make no apology. The students want them, they insist we do it. And it's a tradition that we make jokes about particular medical, if you can call them medical, specialties, like our orthopedic colleagues. And I am worried, though, for making jokes about our orthopedic colleagues, because maybe some of the families have people who are orthopedic surgeons, and I don't want them to get offended. So I'd ask you to, if you are orthopedic surgeons, now's the time to shut your ears. And if you don't know what shutting your ears is, just pretend the patient's talking to you. So basically, I thought maybe this year I wouldn't make the talk too long. I would just talk about the good points of our orthopedic colleagues. So that's the end of my talk. So we have to stop, though, and think about how well you have done, everybody. Well done. we know it's tough. We know it's hard. We know it's intensive. We recognize how hard you work. You've been, and I'll congratulate our MD group, but I have to talk a little bit more to the MBBS lot because they've given us heartache all year, so now is our time to talk. You've done well. You've been a good year. We don't say this every year. You have been a good year. And I'm very proud to tell you that percentage-wise, we had a better pass rate than the UK. It's not a competition, but you and I know that many times you're wondering, is it okay here? Am I okay here in this country? But you are, and you've done well, and you've got where you've got with good results. So congratulations are due to all of the people who are finishing this year. And I do mean all who are finishing and not necessarily those who are passing. Because for even the people who have not passed an exam and are going to go and resit an exam and even redo a year, they've done very well to get where they are now. And their greater goal is there, and they're going to most likely achieve it because things happen, problems happen, and we have to keep focused. So congratulations to you all for finishing the year. I'd also like to take a minute to thank all our support and administration and staff that do all this work in blocks A, B, and C. That you know how nothing would be possible without them. You know how the only thing we do is complain and say, where is this? Where are the lecture notes? Well, they're not uploaded. This hasn't happened. That hasn't happened. No, I don't know how they do it, but we thank them all for their support all this time. So we're coming really to the end. I did promise you that you're going to listen to Dr. Bagdades as well. So what do we say? Every year we say something similar, but it doesn't change. It's been the same for almost always. You need to please, wherever you go, remember that one of the best ways, if not the best, to get better and better and better is to see lots of patients. Talk to lots of patients, and most importantly, listen to the patients, please. Just sit and listen. The more people you talk to, the more people you listen to the problems and the way they tell you and the several problems they have, the more experienced you get, and the books can never give you that. So talk to and see lots and lots of patients wherever you go. Also, please be where you're meant to be when you're meant to be there. We always say this. It's a bit of a cliche, but it is necessary. We're in a profession where you have to play the game. You have to be there. Even if you have a headache or a migraine, if you're unwell, if your kids are unwell, I don't know what, we still have to be there. So please make sure you are where you are. Get into practice for what you're going to be doing for the rest of your life. So do that. Remember to look after yourselves, to look after your health, physical and mental. Remember to do the things you like and enjoy. Remember to, however busy you are, to find some time to do your hobbies or interests. And remember that we're here. We're always here. You're not going far away, some of you. And now with technology, we are next to you when it comes to computers and phones and all sorts of means of communication. So do get in touch if you need us for anything. We're still here for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Joseph. I would now like to invite Dr. Evis Bagdades, the MD Year 4 Lead.
Welcome, everybody, eminences, and students mainly, parents, colleagues. Thank you very much, Joseph, for making it easier for me. If I screw it up, it won't matter because you said it. But anyway, normally I follow Panos, who talks before me. So normally the jokes can't get any worse than Panos. So I'll try not to make any bad ones. But this is an emotional time for the medical school every year. A week ago, we said goodbye to another cohort of students, as some of you were there receiving your first degrees. And, they're now colleagues, and that makes us really happy for them. And we really look forward to doing the same with you in a couple of years. I mean, Soulla said that for some of you, this is the halfway point. I hope that for the MD6 is not the halfway point, that it's not going to take you another 4 years to do the next 2. But we really wish that you go through these next few years, the clinical ones, with the same gusto and the same determination as you showed here. It is just the end of the sort of preclinical part. So this is a symbolic event, okay? And getting this white coat is really just a piece of clothing, okay? Being professional, and this is what you heard before, that initially what Adonis said, that they thought that the students would look professional. But what is professional is what Joseph said. It's actually getting to the wards and getting those patients, realizing that you care for them, and actually learning from them and giving back. Okay, so the white coat is your passport, but the professionalism is in here, okay? So that's what I want you to show. I think you've had enough teaching about that, and I'm sure that you will exhibit that wherever you go. And if you look around you, you will, and you know that you've got friends from all continents, all colors, all religions. And you see that in the happy parents as well. And we're very proud of that. We're a very international school, and I think you've benefited from the multicultural centeredness of this course as well. You come in, there's, I don't know how many of you today, you come in looking different. When you go out of here, you all wear a white coat and you look very similar. But you're not going to be similar. You're going to be individuals, and I want you to continue being individuals. I want you to learn whatever your course demands, but at the same time, develop what you also like, okay? You've been taught by experts in a lot of fields, and we were all ignorant of what we're doing when we started. I mean, it takes a lot of will and a lot of determination to do that, but also follow your heart and follow your instincts and learn what you like and excel in that. And we've obviously had most of you at the OSCEs in the last few weeks, and I was very happy, as Joseph was, with the overall grades and also the performance. And you know that you all made mistakes in the OSCEs. Does it matter? Well, it does matter, but the idea here is that your medical students going on to your clinicals. Passing the OSCEs means we have given you enough marks, or you've gained enough marks, to show that you're safe to go to the wards, you're safe to be with patients and with more senior colleagues, and that we feel that you're going to represent this medical school quite highly, as you've done so far. And again, this is what we want. We want you to represent us and wear our colors, but most of all, you're representing yourselves on the wards, and you're representing your parents and your families. So be proud of that and concentrate on achieving it. As Joseph said, there will be some hard times and there will be failures. Some of you already know that. I mean, there's some of you today that maybe didn't pass in previous years, and you know damn well that you're here today standing tall against that adversity that seemed unsurmountable at the time, but now you've done it, and we're sure you're going to do it all the way. And, as I said, I'm very happy for all of you. Remember to help others when you're on the wards and in your career selflessly. And remember to love yourselves as well, and devote some time to your personal life as well, to the loved ones that you have at home. Some of you already have families. And I've given you enough advice, and we've all given you enough advice. Giving advice is easy, taking it is more difficult. It's a bit like colonoscopies, it's anyway, we will keep you in our hearts, and we wish you every personal and professional success. May the force be with you wherever you go. And remember, you haven't come this far only to come this far. Okay? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Bagdades. I would now like to welcome Alexandra Popa, the MD Year 4 representative.
Dear colleagues, professors, doctors, honored guests, it is my turn to welcome you to this wonderful ceremony that means so much. I really will try not to bore you as I know I'm the last speaker and you can't wait to get your white coat already. But I would like to take this time given to me to congratulate each and every one of you for making it this far. 4 years of medical school is long, even if it's just 2, and not particularly easy. And if anyone believes otherwise, let me just say this one word, biochemistry. But thanks to Dr. Andoni, we all survived it. Indeed, we did have some great professors that helped guide us and listen to our feedback more times than they didn't. If I were to name each and every one of them, I would be here for a longer time than you'd like. But I do want to mention one name, someone that doesn't get nearly enough the credit that she deserves. Mrs. Angela Philippou, our course administrator, which I could call any time there was any issue in class or with the timetable, she was our go-to person. So thank you. And with that in mind, let's take a moment and look back to what has helped us along the way. I know all of you received tremendous help from your families and friends to be here. And we have guests today coming from countries from all over the world, like America, Dubai, England, Greece, Romania, even Iceland. Having a support system is more important than I can ever explain. But just by looking at our students here and being here, looking so alive and well, you can appreciate how much it helps. So please, for all the families and friends and their valuable, unconditional, and irreplaceable support, a round of applause. Also very helpful, friends that buy you coffee and come around at midnight to revise and freak out together. And most importantly, friends that tell you, I haven't started revising either. But with all hardships come great rewards, and I think some are worth mentioning. Finishing first year and going to the Rayanaba trip, which I won't discuss further. All of these nights and shift dancing, going skiing in Cyprus, and getting a bachelor's degree just last week actually, and this coat today. Now as it happens, our MD program has made it possible for us to do the last 2 clinical years, either in sunny Limassol here in Cyprus, or getting the chance to experience the NHS system firsthand at Barnsley in the United Kingdom. So to have my classmates, all 7 of you, that are going Barnsley, UK next year, I just want to say farewell, and we'll be sending you lots of photos from Guapa Beach Bar. This holds true also for our colleagues going to the US and Israel. But jokes aside, it is an absolutely wonderful opportunity, and I have every right to believe you're going to thrive there and make us all proud representing University of Nicosia. No pressure. But that is exactly what the white coat symbolizes, the trust people are placing on us, and in the routine of it all, sometimes we forget how privileged we are to wear it. Receiving this coat in 2019 is sure different than any other year, which is why I can't help but bring up artificial intelligence and the extraordinary technological advances and the rate they're developing at. But I think the quote-unquote worry that doctors are going to become redundant is just for Hollywood movies. And there are plenty of reasons for that, and as reasonable people I trust, I won't have to start listing them now. Human interaction is far more complex than any set of algorithms, especially in a hospital setting. And at the end of the day, no machine can pull off a white coat and everything it signifies. Now being in the 5th year already, I'm in no position to give advice. But something that was mentioned over and over again in last week's graduation ceremony is equality. And it is a cliché, but clichés are what they are for a reason, so I am taking the liberty of mentioning it again. We should all try and help with our best intentions and powers, no matter the race, religion, or gender of our patient. Because no one is to decide that one person's life is more valuable than the next, or that one deserves a better quality of care than the other one. But also equality between colleagues. We chose to become doctors to help anyone that needs our help, and we do that better when we work together. As for now, I'm going to save more memories and better punchlines for graduation in 2 years' time, so you all will pass your exams and be here. Thank you, and sikharidiria.
Thank you very much, Alexandra. We will now proceed with the coding of students of the MBBS program. I would like to welcome to the stage Stella Loizou. Can the students of the first row please stand up? Rashad Mohammed Abdelrahman. Edwina Abu Haidar. Adi Acharoni. Kyle Alderman. Dvora Amselem. Δημήτριος Νικόλαος Αντωνιάδης. Νίνα Αβίβ. No. Still, one more row. The first row may be seated. Can the second row please stand up? Suleiman Ayoub. Rinat Bar David. Shir Netanella Barzialai. I tried. Evan Bazdekian Gabriel. Dina Bekbulatova. Moria Bergwerk. Kevin Bosnoyan. Julian Lloyd Bruce. Thank you very much, Stella Louizou. I would now like to invite to the stage Dr. Dimitrios Kanakis. Can the third row please stand up? Oh, sorry, can the second row? You're good, you're good. Shai Dror. Sandra Dakash. Edward Emsley. Jonathan Friedland. Matan Golan. Megan Lopez Gonzalez. Sapir Gore. Joel Jaco. Daniel Hanna. Can the third row please be seated? Can the fourth row please stand up? Hadas Khodadov. Pauline Hutchings. Sam Monroe Janion. Tal Karpati. Dominic Arthur Keiko. Mark Cowley. Angus Peter Lowe. Omer Lowinger. Joshua Louis. Thank you. May the fourth row please be seated. Thank you, Dr. Kannakis. I would now like to invite Dr. Panos Ikonomou to the stage. Can the fifth row please stand up? Lee Madi. Tal Majar. Itan Mamrud. Leor Marco. Ralph Masad. Michelle Matthew. George Moawad. Avital Mushailov. Bart Nadershain. Asaf Oppenheimer. Tamar Perry. Thank you, students. Please be seated. Can the seventh row please stand up? Shiloh Plouts. Amarinder Ruprai. Sasha Saba. Asim Shah. Tara Solji. Yanniv Stoleru. Noam Hillel Tokayer. Nicolas Vergos. Gamila Khaled Wasfi. Ariella Wiener. Thank you, students. Please be seated. Thank you, Dr. Konomou. I would now like to invite this to the stage Dr. Julia Hines. Can the seventh row please stand up? Aiden Woodthorpe. Rami Yamin. Michelle Zraib. Matthew Zogt. Yoatan Zechori. Thank you, students. You may be seated. Thank you, Dr. Hines. Now we will proceed with the coding of the students of the MD program. I would like to welcome to the stage Dr. Evis Bagdades. Can the 8th row please stand up? Mohamed Durrani. Nada El Dakruri. Alifia Najefi. Iacomin Nel. Thank you, Dr. Vasiliou. I would like to invite to the stage Dr. Christiana Charalambous. Shivum Pancholi. Nikhil Patel. Anastasia Periklή. Alexandra Popa. Thank you very much, Dr. Charalambous. I would now like to invite to the stage Dr. Chloe Adoniou. Κριστίνα Μαρία Προδρόμου. Σιόπ Ρακναστοχτήρ. Dionysios Tsoukalas. Rohit Rishikesh Vinjamuri. Ilias Vourlitis. Thank you, Dr. Adoniou. Students, you may be seated. At this point, I would like to thank everyone here for participating in this white coat ceremony this year. I have a special thank you to the staff, the faculty, student services, the MBBS committee, staff and student volunteers. If I could have all of the students please stand up. Please join me in congratulating this year's white coat recipients. This concludes the white coat ceremony for 2019. We would like to invite all guests to join the reception. If students could please be seated for their official photos. Thank you very much. No, thank you.